So then I said to her, you know what? I'm going to muscle test this thing. And I don't know if any of you use kinesiology, but it's such a simple, wonderful tool to get a yes or no. So I said to her, I'm going to put you on speakerphone. I'm going to go get 2 little pieces of paper, write, yes, he goes to the vet. Nope, he stays home. And there you have it. And I'm going to check. So I just finished writing and folding up the pieces and making them in a way I had absolutely no idea which was which. And a call came in on that line. And because it was on a speakerphone and it wasn't at my ear, I looked down just to see whether it had disconnected Miss Kathy or what was happening. And there scrolled the name of the caller, as they do, across the screen. It was the most startling thing. The name that flashed up was Tombstone, Arizona. I nearly fell over. I didn't know what, I couldn't even collect myself. I'm like, Kathy, did you hear the phone ringing? No, she didn't. I said, well, a call came in, and what flashed on was Tombstone, Arizona. So number one, I would tell you, this is from the universal force of love saying, this is the last day for this cat, no matter what. So I said, okay, I'm going to push a reset button in myself because it really threw me. I was astounded. So I took up these blind pieces of paper and my body swayed one way for one answer and another way for the other answer. And the way that swayed for yes, I opened up the paper and sure enough, the answer was yes, he's to go to the vet today. So I calmly delivered that message to Kathy. The minute she heard the message, her whole frequency changed. It's as if she knew, but she was simply too attached to be able to get clear through the emotion. I mean, she's got to make this determination for a dear, dear buddy who's been good to her. She's been good to this beautiful animal. But it was remarkable to see the endorsement from the universe. Yep, today's the day. And so shortly, about 5:30 today, Mr. B will be going to cat heaven, and Mr. B will be perfectly fine because he certainly has been loved by 2 gals, one who could hold him close and one who held him energetically close for the last many, many years. So there's no better send-off, and so there we have it. So when you don't know what to do sometimes, I will strongly encourage you to learn a little kinesiology. It's just simply wonderful. Okay, now it's your turn to call in. Does anybody have any comment about Kathy's story? Do you think it's all a bunch of baloney? Have you ever had a story that matches it? What's your perspective on it? Do you think I'm nuts? What is it? So let's just see. Who's going to be brave enough to say, okay, Elaine, yeah, you are nuts. You've gone over the edge. How could Tombstone, Arizona possibly call you? And incidentally, I double-checked it after I hung up from Kathy. And yeah, I'm sure it was a telemarketer with a rather grim message for myself, but instead it was for the cat. So there we have it. So hello on line number 1. How you doing? Hello?
Elaine?
Yes.
Hi, Elaine?
Yep.
This is Susan in Texas.
Hi, Susan. Are you home? Are you back? Where'd you go?
I'm home. I'm leaving on Thursday, so I was kind of hoping there might be some kind of message for my trip.
Okay. Well, first of all, did you hear the first message of the day?
I did. Yes, I did.
All right. So that cellular healing, I'll talk a little bit more about that. Part of it is, what do you have to let go of in your own value system? In other words, are you devaluing yourself?
Well, okay, that keeps coming up a lot.
All righty. So it's kind of like looking in that internal jewelry box that we all carry around, and we've still got baubles from, a sixth grade little pitter-patter heart link or something that has emotional and sentimental value, but perhaps it's time to even let go of some of that. So it's a review of your internal jewelry box.
Okay.
Okay. And I know you're headed on a very lovely trip, and I would pay. Number one, it's a big time of celebration, all right? And it's time for you to just have some fun and let your hair down.
Okay.
It's a very happy trip.
I think so. And, I just came across something about Our Lady of Fatima in the town of Fatima, which is in Portugal, and it's the 100-year celebration of the apparitions. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Are you going to go to Fatima? Can you fit that in?
I think we're going to. I think we are.
Okay.
I asked Aaron if that was okay, and he said sure.
Excellent. Well, beautiful. I feel a great appreciation for the energy that the woman who was known as Mary when she was on the planet, for the frequency that she still holds for this planet, because she really did embrace it. And she doesn't speak in all this fear nonsense that's attributed to her. So
she just said to pray for the world, to end war and to pray for the world.
Yeah, I doubt she says that. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I really do. I think that's way too Catholic, and it's okay. She's an ascended master, for corn's sake. They wouldn't speak like that.
Okay.
They would really tell you, celebrate life. The world is an illusion. It's simply a projection of consciousness. So there's nothing to pray for. And I know that sounds blasphemous.
I know, okay.
But it's a case of give it up. Look through the illusion of the war and the conflict and the chaos. I work long and hard on that, and I slip and slide just as you do, and can get terribly pulled into the believing that it's real. I know people are suffering, but the minute they want to get out of the suffering, we can. Collectively, we can. But those of us who are not, we were not born, thank God, into a war-torn culture, we can hold the frequency of liberation and the return of beauty and joy and song and dance and laughter. But you can't hold that frequency if you're not doing it.
Okay.
So your job is to simply enjoy. I mean, it's a huge job because you're a warrior. What do you mean enjoy? I better do something. I better pray for world peace. No.
Right. Just sit, observe, and enjoy.
Well, celebrate. For corn's sake, celebrate.
Okay, celebrate.
Celebrate you. Celebrate being you.
Okay.
If you're God in drag, which you are, when are we going to celebrate the fact that we are the Buddha? And we stop trying to pretend we're not good enough to be who we are. When is that day going to come? And I actually think it comes through celebration.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of a whole new frequency for me. I've not been a good celebrator in life because it was kind of like that, the statue of the Rodin, the fingers curled up on the forehead, and this is serious business, and oh my God, I better do something and help and fix, and no.
Right.
No. I think in this case, your main message, and it's very loud and very clear, this is a celebration. You deserve this time off. You can take your work hat off. So that's why if you do go to a place like Fatima, please don't go in sorrowful with beating of the chest and I better pray for world peace. Don't go. That's how serious I am about that one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad I asked, because then I won't go that way.
Well, go with happiness and, twirling
Yeah,
around.
I mean, go with happy. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Go with happiness.
Yeah. And you'll see, after I've just spoken this way, you'll see how sort of disconcerting it is to see the gnashing of the teeth. The Madonna, the Blessed Mother, I mean, as I've contemplated these energies that get it, okay, if they get it, then that's why they are called a master. Well, mastery is the fact that I am that. And there's nothing to change or fix. It's just showing up completely. So the thrust of her energy, just by showing up, is what changes things. That's all. But I'd be very skeptical if she ever, put out the memo of, pray for world peace.
Yeah, well, that could be, that's probably somebody's interpretation.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To keep you low and to keep you humble and frightened. No, I don't buy it. I buy it less and less and less every single breath I take anymore.
I didn't even realize that Fatima was in Portugal until I started doing some research and kind of digging around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And this whole, look at having grown up as a very, very devoted little Catholic girl, we certainly heard all about the 3 children and the message that can never be revealed because it's so secret. Oy, really? Doesn't that just exhaust us anymore?
It does.
Yeah. I mean, come, get over yourselves. Secrets, they don't hold any water for me. I think the secret that she probably said is, wake up, you are that. I bet you that's what she said. Now, people can weigh in on this one.
Yes, that might get some good conversation.
Yes, it might, because I know it touches a lot of nerves. What I just said is probably on par with my conversation about vaccinations last week, which I left the station feeling rather vulnerable and not in a good space, because I could feel the pushback. And I'm like, it's all a point of perspective. So share your perspective and let's hear from you. And but open your mind to, maybe there's another stream of thought about it, rather than this lockdown of thought.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So glad I called it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So when you go to Fatima, fully expect that you will feel her presence, if not full on see it, and ask her, so what do you need? What? How can I team up here? What's cooking, and what do we need to do to get to be more in who we are? Because we're not going to fix the world. I finally got that memo. Because some people, Susan, need war. I mean, they came to this planet because that's what their soul really wants to have. So how dare you or I say, oh, no, you shouldn't have war? If that's what they've come to learn through, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any perspective on this you want to share? Or is it just too much to grasp right now that, geez, the Madonna probably didn't say that?
She didn't say that, but I'm just glad to hear your perspective, because you're right. When you're brought up Catholic and you hear that for all that time, you just assume it's right, but it's...
If you really start contemplating and examining how elevated consciousness works, it can't work that way. It can't say that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And so it's the lowered consciousness of the people who brought it forth. And maybe that's the best